Hi, I'm Alex Archbold, and I've been buying and selling antiques since I was 9 years old. From basements to scrapyards, I'll look just about anywhere I can to find lost antiques and collectibles. And sometimes I'll go big and buy everything. With my wife and kids, we run an antique shop in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, filled with some of the most unique items we can find. I never know what's going to happen or who I'm going to meet. This is our life, this is our adventure, and this is Curiosity Inc.
I'm home, honey.
Good morning, guys. I am headed back out to the farm where I found 450 bottles and all kinds of other cool stuff last time. But this time I'm bringing my friend Josh. He is looking for some free materials to do some art and some crafts with. So we're going to go out together and see if we can get some stuff for him and for myself. Let's go. You know how you're saying, like, you want to pick up scrap metal, like, on the cheap because you don't have any money?
Yeah.
You know what doesn't bode well for that story? That you pull up in that and you're like, can I have some free stuff? And you're like driving a monster truck.
Yeah, well, it's worth it.
Yeah, mind you, with the amount of gas that thing probably goes through, he's like, yeah, you can't afford nothing, so. Okay, let's go get some scrap metal. That's what I see out my back window right now. This crazy giant truck. It looks like something out of a Stephen King movie. Are they still behind us, Ma? I don't know why that truck's following us. It just won't quit. It's like right on my back end. Good grief. Oh, it's kind of a rainy day today. I'm glad that we're heading out there, but I'm not super glad that it's raining. It's gonna be muddy mess, and I did not wear the right kind of shoes today because I wasn't expecting this. Might have to rethink my plans when we get there. Driving through the town of Kalmar right now. Town that was famous at one time back in the 1980s, I think it was. They had a big water tower, and the crew that they hired to take the water tower down took all the bolts off of one side first. And so you can guess what happened. The water tower fell over and landed on someone's house. And I guess the blast was so intense that it shot some guy out of his easy chair. That must have been quite the fright. Right out of his living room into the middle of the street. So let's hope that they're not removing any water towers in town while we're passing through today. We'll have a chance of making it through. There Josh is, pointing his camera all around. It's kind of a bummer. He said it's pretty wet out here. He doesn't really want us going through the greeneries today. But yeah, there is a truck full of scrap that way, in this building. Nice. There's also that building over there, which we might be able to ask to walk over to. And there were some things lying around in that side. So hopefully we'll find some stuff today. Hopefully. Oh, by the way, around the corner is a big scrap pile. You can kind of see it. It's on the other side of this truck. The truck itself is kind of cool. Sitting in a bit of a bog. It's probably getting a little rusty. But that's all scrap metal right over there. Oh, nice. Yeah, and he said he doesn't really care too much about what happens with that stuff. Okay. Now, last time I was out here, I ended up making a deal on this little Yamaha dirt bike. And Honda, this is a big red, right? Yep. Big red. Neither of which are 83. Neither of which are running right now, but probably will run with a little TLC. Well, that worked. For the record, you can fit a trike or a quad and a dirt bike in the back of an ambulance. Okay, I pulled a couple of car ramps out of the scrap pile because when I get back to my shop, I'm not gonna really have a great way of getting that trike out of the back. So probably have a use for that. Josh is over here digging. This is all scrap metal that's destined to be squished and crushed and melted down. Some of it's kind of neat, like the old machinery. Even bits of old chain like that can be used in projects. How's it going, Josh?
Oh, okay.
There's lots of rod.
Yeah, there is.
There's wire, there's rod, there's chain. I mean, for me, for reselling, a lot of this stuff probably isn't good for me, but for you, for reusing.
Yeah. Things
Oh,
that
yeah.
have interesting shapes to it. Like, I could turn this into a dozen different things. I don't know what, but I could.
I could turn it into an axle. It could make a stand for a lamp. You could put one of your crazy old light bulb looking things on top.
All sorts of different things.
Yeah, but I mean, even just like bits of steel you could heat up and bend.
All that
and
stuff is good.
Okay, well, do you want me to ask him if you can just... Oh, yeah. Old aluminum hard hat. What does it say on the front of it?
Can't see. DN or DNO?
Probably the guy's initials.
Yeah, it could be.
There's some old rims.
Very greasy.
Okay. Well, I'll chat with him and see if you can put together a little pile of stuff and see if he's willing to make a donation, or you can talk to him about that. I'm gonna go. Oh, before we do this, let's go back inside. He's got a truck full of stuff that's literally going to the dump, so it's definitely garbage. And I pulled a lot of good stuff out of there yesterday, or a couple days ago. So that stuff we know they consider trash. Huh. I just realized these barrels are British American oil. Those are old BA barrels. That one is. That actually has a little bit of collector value. Okay. But not a whole lot, maybe like 80 to 100 bucks to somebody, but if it's going for scrap, it's worth pulling out.
If you can dream it, you can build it, can't you?
Yeah, here's a chicken I made.
There's Josh showing up.
Not bad.
The chicken's really cool.
That's not bad.
Though they're pretty popular. I've made like probably 5 of them by now.
Of the chickens?
You should see that one at Chicken Alaska, man. You'd love that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that'd be right up his alley.
It's probably the highest building.
Oh,
It
really?
is massive.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Belts.
It is really cool.
I want to make a life-size giraffe. I think that would be cool.
Life size?
Yeah. Just like a super long neck. It would have to be an outdoor sculpture.
What would you do it out of metal?
Metal, yeah. Just all sorts of random stuff.
Well, you're gonna have to start stockpiling metal to build a life-size giraffe.
Yeah.
I'm just looking for old oil cans and whatever else in here I can find.
Get in there and start building.
I know. Well, look, there's even old taillights. Yeah, sometimes you hate to see this stuff go to the dump because maybe you got an old trailer or something. It's the glass ones that guys like better than the plastic.
These guys never threw anything away.
Well, like you said before, I'm sure there was probably stuff went out with the first couple loads of scrap that went in. Well, somebody was happy at the dump the next day, I'm sure. That's insulator. Yeah.
There's a few of those I've seen.
Okay. You gonna crawl right in there, Josh?
Yeah, I may as well.
Okay.
Don't break anything.
Yeah, it's all valuable. Well, maybe don't break the glass on the back of the truck there. That'd be the one thing that would really suck.
My wife.
Josh is foraging like a ferret in a wall right now. What is that? Oh, it's part of a pump jack or something?
Yeah, it looks like that.
Could be off the one that...
It's a water pump.
Water pump, yeah.
PTO drive water pump.
Oh boy, you know what everything is. Empties.
Not
There's some
everything,
shells.
a lot of it, I
You need some bullet shells?
I could give this to my brother probably. He wants to make some art out of that.
But see, it's all that little stuff that,
Spark plugs, that's good stuff.
I grew up on the farm, and my uncle was a welder. You should see the stuff he built.
Oh yeah, like you should see the anvil's at the other place, but he's got an anvil with the back end of the bottom is an old like Model A wire wheel. It's really neat. There's I didn't go through the garbage can. I don't know what's in there. These look like accessories off of maybe a vehicle or something. Hey Josh, there's an old 1-ton pulley here with chain.
I would take that. But
Well, you can ask him. He might want to sell it. I don't know.
these wrenches are pretty
Sad
cool.
iron. I know those are old. Sometimes you can look at these wrenches and they've got the name of the company. Like they'll say Massey Harris or Ford, Springfield. Ew. But yeah, they're probably, considering there's a lot of tractor stuff around here. Maybe I'll put them in my Alex to go pile.
Big valve.
I was trying to find a place to empty this out. That's a cool antifreeze tin. It's got the TP on it. Canadian tin, not in the greatest shape, but that's a neat graphic, and somebody would think that's neat.
I'm sure it's runnable.
Have you tried to start it?
No, I haven't.
It's Minneapolis Moline, right?
No, it isn't. It's a Ellis Chalmers.
Oh, Chalmers, right? Chalmers is the orange color.
It's a B, right? I think.
This is what, early 40s probably, or?
Yeah, I think probably.
It's a good looking little tractor. So what would something like this run as is?
Well, as is, you might get it for, I don't know, maybe $1,000 or something.
Okay. I'm sure it'd run. These things are
Oh, I guarantee it would run.
pretty bulletproof. This old Royal 8 tin. Oh,
Another insulator.
Josh, did you see this really cool vise, this bench vise?
That's a leg vise. I didn't see it.
Look, it's still bolted on, but this bench is half fallen over. And this whole...
That's viable.
Yeah, that's a good piece there. There's another one of those in one of the granaries, I believe.
Yeah, there is.
I'm gonna probably pull these. This whole drawer is full of all the original tools. And there's probably someone out there who's gonna want an old wrench or... What's in that one?
More of the
Do you remember when I was looking for these?
Yeah.
I was trying to hang that canoe from my ceiling, and I needed some old eye bolts.
A hole punch.
Yeah.
You know what that is? A leather punch.
Oh yeah, those come in actually pretty handy. Yeah, these old adjustable wrenches. I think I'm gonna have to buy these. You hate leaving it behind, right? And being the guy who's gonna appreciate it.
That's a hoof nipper.
Hoof nipper, okay.
Like that would cut their hoof off for sure.
Hoof, there it is. Extraterrestrial vehicle was in here once. ET lost his hubcap off his spaceship when he was landing. And I'm going to be brave here and reach up into Cobweb Central, because this is full of little oil cans. There might be something kind of neat up there. And I'll untie that rope, pull that thing down. Yeah, well, I might just be able to pull the rope.
Oh, it's just tied up here. Let me give you a
You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
See, that's why I said you should be wearing gloves. Like me, and you wouldn't be worried about the black widow that's probably lurking up here. Okay.
I'll get you a crowbar.
Josh is dislodging. What have you bought there, Josh?
Got the vise.
Yeah.
It's too good. It's perfect for my new shop.
And it still works.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's nice and smooth.
Yeah, probably because it's so full of oil in here.
Yeah, no, that's great. You just gotta, so the bolts are off the top, you just gotta loosen off the nails from the bottom.
Yeah, but they're real in there.
That's back when nails were nails and wood was wood. Not like this fake fiberboard stuff you got nowadays. That's probably solid oak tree.
Actually, it probably is.
It's actually turned out to be a nice day.
It is nice.
It was really rainy all the way here. I thought this was going to be a bust, but the birds are chirping. Josh has got a pile of scrap.
Well, and I actually bought something this time.
And he spent real money, his hard-earned Josh money. You know, for an artist, that means a lot. And I've got a pile of stuff. I'm just going to move over by the ambulance and get it ready. Okay, so far round 2 for me. That's a decent oil can right there. That in really good shape with a nice top. Surprisingly, about $100. Not in that condition though. There's a nice old Ford, and it's got the GT40. You see that? It's got a GT40 on it. So 1960s oil can. Some old wrenches, including, where is it? This is a Model T. That's a Ford Model T lug nut wrench right there. Some other wrenches. Sat iron with the handles. That wouldn't be a popular name for a home product nowadays. You wouldn't name your product, oh, you got the asbestos sat iron, but at the time it was popular. There's an old chandelier in the box. A couple other cans just for the heck of it. I mean, you hate leaving something like that in the scrap pile when you have customers that buy those things, even if it's for like $10 or $15, it's still, you know, money for us. And the ramps I pulled out of the scrap pile because, well, I'm gonna have to unload that trike later and those will come in handy. But we still haven't been to the greeneries yet. That's gonna be next.
Yeah, pretty good haul for this building here.
You haven't even been through the buildings I actually came out here to show you either.
No?
No, we haven't even been to the full ones.
Okay, let's go.
I'm gonna mark this moment on the video as the last time these shoes were in good condition. It was pouring just cats and dogs, literally, maybe, if there was a, you know, really tall veterinary clinic nearby. But we're wearing inappropriate footwear. You've got your black Chucks on, I've got my red ones. We didn't even coordinate today, Josh.
No, I didn't.
And I would say you're a cooler guy than me, and yet I'm wearing similar footwear. So what does that say about you? I mean, really, how many farms do you go to and they've got these buildings sitting in the back? You just never know what's inside. Well, today we do some digging. Again, I've been in here once before, but I know that I missed stuff. I know that I did. And this is the building that has the tire machine that I want to buy, but I have no idea if I can get it out, because it probably weighs like 400 pounds. I guess worst case scenario, we could probably pop some boards off the other side. These look like they're, but then there's barbed wire. Okay, in we go. There were some cool tools up on the top at the back, if you can work your way back there.
Sorry, what?
There were some cool tools hanging up in the rafters.
The rafters?
Yeah, at the very back, that way.
Oh, you're talking. Oh.
Yeah, there's those tools I think are for peeling logs back and putting up log buildings.
Right. Oh, okay. Yeah. There's not much to stand on here.
No. Hey, I survived this the other day, so I'm sure you can. There's a whole bunch of tin that was at one time newspaper plates, and you can still see the writing on it, but there's probably about 10 or 15 sheets underneath your feet. And I see another bucket of bottles that I didn't buy last time, so I'm gonna have to come in there and do some digging with you, I think.
Yeah.
Last time I was here, there was a Goodyear tire belt rack over there, and that's a really old lawnmower flipped upside down, which is kind of cool. And I don't know why I think it's a cool kind of way, but maybe somebody else will too. Are you trying to get the pickaxe down?
Well, I can get those down. Did you want these?
Well, I'll see what they want to do with them. I was kind of checking out this Briggs & Stratton little push mower underneath your feet there. Kind of cool.
Oh, okay, let me get out of the way then.
Well, no, I can't tell if it's a mower or if it's a
It's got like a rolling pin thingy behind it.
rolling pin. Oh, yeah, it's probably a mower. It's a really old lawnmower. Yeah, there's some equipment back in here. Like that's a push mower right there. So this is where the mowers went today. I was looking at these bottles. That's why I didn't buy them last time. They're just old beer bottles. They're not as exciting as finding buckets of cool soda bottles. There's an engine off of something. Little, kind of see it down there. Through this, what was once a nice Morris chair. Probably sat in the old farmhouse.
Yeah.
You know, Morris chairs are actually pretty collectible. If you said your wife does furniture restoration, this is one worth restoring. I'm digging by this old lawnmower here, this old push mower, which has seen better days. Look, it's still got the grass from the last time it mowed stuck in it. But there is some kind of sign there. I'm gonna dig that out and see if I can get to it. How are you doing over there?
Good. I'm just trying to find something to put my
files
in. My good junk.
And everybody was saying I should buy these cream cans. They don't really sell for anything around here. I mean, sure I could, but why? I do need to find an old steering wheel for that kiddie ride boat I bought, but I don't want one that has a Chrysler logo on it. I want like a generic, even old like a tractor, or if you see a little steering wheel over there, let me know.
Okay.
What's that yellow thing right by you?
This?
What is that?
This is a window.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, out of a tractor or
Yeah.
something. Okay. All right.
There's a. Hey, what about?
Oh yeah,
What about these?
it's like a yard light sort of porcelain fixture. Yeah, I could use those. How many of them are there?
Good
There's a whole stack of them. Yeah, okay, let's.
There's 4.
And if
That'd be perfect for the front of your store.
And if I buy a Land Rover, I could wear it as a safari helmet.
Exactly. Okay.
Okay. I think I found the moonshine collection back here.
Oh yeah?
There's all kinds of jugs full of something.
They actually, there was moonshine around here.
Oh yeah? Well, then here you go. There's a whole bunch of...
I don't think I'll be tasting it.
No, you don't want some black cherry, countrified, pigeon-infested moonshine?
He had a little pocket bottle I seen him pack around once.
This is the building that I'm least looking forward to going back in because things have literally died in here. I opened the door, I didn't catch it on camera, but a pigeon flew right at my head from up there and wham, right past my noggin. So it's active. It's an active pigeon den.
Well, we would have never used it.
So, I'll crawl in here. Oh, look. I see bottles. More bottles. I have to do a little digging. So yeah. It's back. All right, little buddy. Time to go. We gotta go find treasures in there that you're not pooping on. There's the nest right there with the eggs in it.
Oh yeah, that's why the pigeon kept coming back.
Yeah, because its little babies are in there. Yeah, I missed this last time. These things are like in brand new condition.
I had one in the garage. I took the top off and there was even spackle in it.
Yeah, these are like a whole stack of them in there. I see something that might represent you, Josh. There's a can there.
What?
This can, I think it's got your name on it. It says chock full of nuts. Now the condition of this book isn't great, but that, my friend, is a quality name right there. His name was Cornelius Zingle. That's an A+ name. Wait, did you hear that?
I did hear that.
There's something else in here with us.
Yeah.
Something alive.
Now it's quiet, right? Okay.
Folks, there's something living and moving around. Oh, hey! That's an old underwear box. Because, you know, that's what you do. You get down in your long johns and you wrestle, right? That's the recommended activity according to this. I don't think we'll be doing that way. Does it only make noise when I move?
I don't know. Do that again.
Anything?
No.
If you get chased out by like a little, I don't know.
It's definitely cooing though. There's something.
Well, then it's
in this area.
Well, then it's gonna be pigeons.
Yeah.
Obviously, they're looking for their lost uncle who's underneath that box now. Ugh. Okay. How close are we getting that tire machine in view?
I'm pretty close.
Okay. I'm trying to.
Step out of the way.
I'm making a path here so we can get
we'll
back there.
move that, and then we'll have it out.
Okay. Josh made some good progress digging it out, but it's kind of incomplete. It does have the bits to grab onto the rim down below, but there should be a big sort of rod that wraps around. Thought it might be that one, but it's not. So I think given the fact that it's missing some parts, we'll probably just leave it behind. But we did make some headway and get to the back, which I didn't see all this before. There's dishes. You never know when there's like dishes from a steamship or a boat or something. And the stamps.
A lemon squeezer thingy.
Oh, these look like milk bottles.
Look, it's a hand crank one.
Oh, that's for, yeah, for making your orange juice. That's kind of cool. That's neat. Pulled this old medicine cabinet out. And the inside, look, it's still like they just ripped it right off the wall. 1944. There's a Gillette. There's a straight razor or two in here. Some shaving soap. It's like it's all ready to go. Like somebody just was... Somebody was like, we're upgrading the cabinets and we're just going to rip this right off the wall. I guess you had to upgrade your razor. The guy comes home, where's my razor? It's gone. Chucked it in the barn. Okay, this box is full of books. What's this one? The Story of the World's Only Fertile Man. His First Million Women. Well, I don't think that anybody would be smiling if that were the case. Sure, it sounds like a good idea now, but you won't be smiling later, trust me. Here comes the Josh Mobile, his monster truck. So how did it drive down the highway?
Good.
Your truck, with that lift kit on there.
It's good. It's got a little bumps here, but it's an old truck.
It's 4x4, right?
Yeah.
What's in there, 360?
It's a 460.
Well, it's time to load out. Josh is getting his truck all packed up. Kind of glad that he brought it today. Okay, we're loaded back up. Yeah, I'm loaded back up. We're headed down the highway. The rain has stopped. It ended up being a good day for picking. When we first came out, he said that we wouldn't be able to go through the greeneries, and I was a little bit bummed out. But at the end of the day, I spent $300 and I ended up with an ATV, a motorcycle, and a car and a half load of antiques. Josh got his whole truck filled up for only 60 bucks. So really good. And the reason the deals were so good is because a lot of it was deemed as being scrap. They weren't interested in keeping it. We pulled it out of the scrap pile. So if you can pull stuff that's junk and save it, it gets it out of the scrap yard and it gets it back into the place where someone can reuse it. He's filming me and I'm filming him. We decided to stop in so-called town of Kalmar because there's a couple antique stores here Not that we have any room for it, but also haven't eaten yet. And the bakery in town here is supposed to be really, really good. It smells really good in here.
It does.
Have you guys never been here before?
No,
Never.
Oh my gosh.
but I've been told we had to stop and check it out. And there's donuts, cherry turnovers, brownies, butter tarts. Most of these would be horrible nicknames to have in high school, but when you're a bakery,
Donuts are the best place. It's just
you're nothing but a cherry turnover. Mine's cinnamon-tastic. How's your glaze? Is it glazy?
It's glazy.
All right. And look, there's an antique store right next door. I noticed that they have a bathtub exactly like the one I just pulled out of that Greenery that we just came from. Okay, this isn't just like the one I pulled out. It is the one I pulled out of the Greenery. The guy I sold it to is an antique dealer, so he obviously has a booth here. He's got it priced at $200. Well, good for him. I guess now we know where it is.
That's the exact one that you
That's the
bought?
exact same one that I just pulled out. I wanted the guy that we bought it from. He's probably going to drive by and see it in front of the antique store and be like, what? Yeah, that's the one I just pulled out of the, like 2 days ago. That was fast. The allure of an antique store. And I always get drawn to little things like the toy cars because that's what I collect. And you still got to look at the stuff that you think is cool. But I think I hear some rustling in the back. Melody, are you around? Oh, there she is. How long have you had the business for now?
As of Canada Day, we are 2 years old.
2 years old. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And Kalmar is just not that far. It's a hop, skip, and a jump from Edmonton. So if people are looking for fun things to do in the area, what else would you recommend that they do while they're coming out here to see you?
Well, Kalmar is a great place to come out and spend an afternoon. A few different things that we have going on for us here in this quaint little town is we actually have 2 fine antique stores. So between the 2, you can definitely spend a few hours looking around. Right next door to us is, of course, the famous Kalmar Bakery. And they've got some wonderful donuts. Their bread is to die for as well. So definitely come early in the day so you can get some treats from the bakery. We also have the Zip Gallery, art gallery here in town, located in the medical building. And we are what we like to refer to as the gateway to the lakes. We're right on the way to Wizard and Pigeon Lake. We also have Buck Lake, Twin Lake in the areas as well. So lots
You're like
to
a
see
walking
out there.
almanac. Why aren't you standing out on the street telling people what to do around here? You could set up your own information booth.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I've been from Kalmar for many years, and I'm very proud to live in rural Alberta. And it's a great little community, so I like to support it whenever I can.
Well, perfect. So you're okay if we have a look around?
Absolutely.
All right. And I still have Josh here with me, who is secretly recording me at the same time. I'm sure this will show up on his vlog somewhere along the line. But I can see all sorts of treasures and trinkets. Now, you have a lot of vendors that,
Correct, yes.
that have
We
space.
have over 50 vendors and consigners involved with us here in the store.
Okay.
And it does help to bring just a really lovely variety into the marketplace as well.
I see. Yeah, there's some people doing toys and gasoline cans, and there's other people who are doing musical instruments. So there's lots to look at in a store like this. So I see something really neat. The nickel cola sign's pretty cool. I like that it's got the little, he looks like he's a waiter bringing you out your nickel cola. Now, a while ago, somebody had discovered just pallets full of new old stock nickel cola soda signs, and they kind of flooded the market. But this isn't one of those. This is a little less common, and it's a really cool piece. And at around $200 Canadian, that's a very fair price. Really, really interesting. KO, the real chocolate flavored soda. Don't know. I guess maybe it was a chocolate flavored drink. It doesn't say soda. That'd be weird if it was carbonated chocolate.
Yeah, it's a drink. It's not carbonated.
That would be really gross. I don't think anybody would like that. But I don't think they make it anymore.
I don't believe so, no.
There's the old Fisher Price Play Family Castle. All sorts of fun stuff. Looks like they've got quite a collection of Coleman lanterns, and they say they're all pressure tested and working. So that must be someone who's a big Coleman fan. And you can see everybody's got their own little thing that they are kind of into. Matchbox and wind-ups. Of course, I like old wind-up toys too. I'm gonna reach in and have a look at this. This looks like a German, maybe a Schuko. It is. I collect Schuko. Some of these have a device inside where you whistle and they go back. Not sure which one that is, but I think I've got this guy already. I think this originally emerged from a little garage. Really neat piece though. Of course, I found one little thing that I collect. Okay, now this doesn't happen every day, but sometimes it's good when it does. I came in here to have a look around the antique store and noticed that my bathtub was here. And I figured, well, if they like some of the stuff I'm buying, I may as well sell them the dirt bike and the trike while I'm here. So they're out of my car. They're sold 30 minutes after buying them. I have an empty vehicle. How about you, Josh?
It's still pretty cool.
Yeah, well, you got a lot of my junk in the back, but yeah, so that's kind of crazy, hey?
That is actually pretty cool.
There they are for sale at the shop. That'll be cool. Once they give them a wipe down and a clean up. That was actually a pretty cool looking trike, but they're theirs now and I don't have to worry about it. I have to admit, I feel just a little bit guilty because now my vehicle is completely empty. Well, except for the shaving kit and a couple other things. And Josh's truck is like loaded way down, but it's done, it's gone. I could have made a little bit more profit for myself had I kept the motorcycle and the trike to sell at the shop or online. But sometimes you have to be happy to make a quick nickel versus a slow dime. I am going to make a pit stop though before we head back to the shop. I know exactly what I'm going to spend my newfound profit on, and I think it's going to be a nice improvement to the store. I'm going to spend my profit on trees. 2 plum trees and 1 cherry tree, courtesy of fresh found motorcycle money. Ba-bing! Yeah, that's the other benefit of having a big long vehicle. You can put your trees inside. We bagged them up so the dirt wouldn't fall out. Now to get those back to the shop. So aside from the motorcycles, I ended up getting some windows that we're going to use for craft for later on, some old porcelain enamel lights, some lampshades, some pickaxes, some grates that I can use, a nice old barrel, which is going to be used as a flower pot, and a bunch more stuff in my other car. Last one, we'll just bust up the roots, get it in place. And then there were trees. We'll have a nice happy little orchard back here before long. Thank you, Josh, for your help. Much appreciated. And what did I have planned for this barrel? Well, it's a perfect place for some nice flowers. Ah, flowers! Okay. Now I'm hoping this is something kind of cool. It's really gross. It actually might, yeah, I think it was Orange Crush. But the
grease ate it off the lettering?
Well, partly, yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, maybe I'll try a garden hose and I'll see if I can loosen this up a little bit first. Yeah, I think it was Orange Crush. All right, super busy day today. It was really nice to have Josh with me. And we were talking earlier, he's looking for stuff that I would dump out. Like I would want the oil pail and he would want the stuff inside of it. So it works out really well because he wants all the old nuts and bolts and nails and I want the oil can that they're inside of. So pretty sweet. That there's one difference between you and I today. I had to pay more money than him. I got less stuff for like 3 times the amount of money, but I'm not complaining because I got 3 beautiful fruit trees for the backyard, 2 plum and 1 cherry, and even a nice flower basket for the front of the store. All free, essentially, with the profit from today. So a good day, Josh. Thank you very much for coming out. Yeah, we'll have to do this again. Great chat. And then, hopefully before long, Josh will be helping us out with the build on the new building too, right? Indeed. He's like, I'm going to make him feel awkward on camera and convince him to do it, but I'm sure he'll do it.
No, I will do it, yeah.
Okay, there we go. So thanks for watching today's episode, guys. I hope you tune in soon. If you haven't checked out Josh's channel, what do you go for on your YouTube channel so they all know?
My name is Joshua Alexander.
And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, do the same thing too. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you all soon. Bye for now.